They thought one visit would be enough. Instead, many British and European travelers left asking the same question. Why didn't we come here sooner? But the biggest surprise isn't what they saw. It's what they felt after experiencing America for themselves. Before we continue, make sure you've subscribed, because every video on this channel reveals stories that challenge expectations and keep you ahead of the conversation. You won't want to miss the next one. From the warmth of everyday people, to the scale of the cities, national parks, and endless road trips, many visitors say the experience completely changed their perspective, and the number of people planning to return keeps growing. Wait until you hear the reason that convinced them.
Here are the reasons why my husband and I are moving back to America from England. I moved to England 3.5 years ago to be with my husband. He is English. He has never lived in America, but he has been a million times, so he is very on board with moving to America. The first one is the weather, okay? The weather in England is so bad, and I don't care what anyone says. It is so terrible, especially this summer. And I've said this before in previous videos, and English people literally come for me, and they're like, it's not that bad. Like, it's better down south. I'm like, okay, maybe it's a little bit better down south, like warmer or whatever, but it's still shit. I grew up on water, on lakes, on boats, and you just don't get that here. And I miss it so much. I miss just having a summer knowing it's gonna be nice and warm, because here you just do not get that. Number two is you obviously make more money in America. And so many people are also gonna be like, oh, it's not all about money. Well, a little bit, I guess, because what my husband does here, he has a great job, works for a great company, makes good money, but in America, to do his job, he will be making like 5 times more. And I'm sorry, you just can't pass that up. The next one is, I have always wanted to buy a plot of land and build my dream house from start to finish, pick everything out myself, just make it my dream home. And in England, you cannot do that. You don't just buy a plot of land and build a house. You have to buy the shittiest house on the street and then renovate it, and more power too if you want to do that, but that is my worst nightmare. Like, no motherfucking thank you. I just want to buy 10 acres and build my dream house. And I also want to have like a little farm, okay? I probably won't be doing that. That's a lie, but like, if I could, I would. Last one, and people are gonna come for me. I think there's just a better quality of life in America. People are nicer and more positive. I think people in England are just more like stagnant in their lives. Not everyone. I'm not speaking for everyone in England, okay? But a lot of people that I meet. And when I say people are nicer in America, I'm not kidding. Like, I see so many TikToks of like English people being like, Americans are too happy, like they're too friendly. And I'm like, if you're getting mad at someone for being too friendly, like that makes no sense to me. But I just want to be like in my neighborhood and be like, hi Stacy, hi John, like walking and everyone's like greeting each other. I don't care if it's fake. I miss that. And that is why I want to move back to America.
America was so much fun. Can we come back next summer? Can we come back next summer? Yes, you can. If you admit that y'all were wrong. We want a big ass apology for all the shit that y'all were talking throughout the years. Oh, America this, America that, Americans are fat, Americans are lazy. Apologize for all that shit, and you can come back as much as you want. We just want an apology. Oh yeah, we also want an apology for y'all thinking that Americans are all just hateful. It was the Canadians. We told y'all it wasn't us. We told y'all. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm waiting.
Brit living in America, there is one thing that I struggle with that Americans say time and time again that I find rude, and I don't think it's intended to be rude. I think it's actually intended to be polite, but it comes across as rude as a Brit, because if I were to say that in the UK, people would think I'm being rude. And it is when you're walking one way, someone's coming another way, and they're trying to get out of your way and they go, excuse me. It comes across as rude because people, instead of going like, oh sorry, like could I just get through, they'll go, excuse me. And that comes across as quite abrupt and rude. However, like if we were going to say excuse me in the UK, we'd probably go, excuse me, sorry, can I just get past? Or excuse me, am I okay to get through? Like, we'd kind of follow up with something, whereas Americans just outright go, excuse me, and I find it rude. So as an American, what is the intent there? Like, is that you trying to be polite? Because I just can't get my head around it.
You're gonna think I'm crazy, but you wanna know one of the main things that I miss the most about you? Do you want to know? The one thing we don't have in the UK is porches, and I miss being able to sit outside on the porch in America, listening to the rain, watching the world go by. How can we have a porch in the UK when the houses are all touching like that? They're all in a row like that. I will never be able to have a porch, but the pure joy you get when you sit on a porch and you listen to the wildlife and you watch the world go by. I miss it. Do I miss sweet tea? Yes. Do I miss crushed ice? Yes. Do I miss all the American food? Yes. But I really, really miss being able to sit outside on the porch. And we can't do that in the UK. We can't do that. We don't have porches in the UK, and it breaks my heart.
America really is the land of the free. When I first moved to the USA, the thing that blew my mind the most is that everyone drives over the speed limit. I mean, 70 means 70-ish, as long as you stay in a 10-mile radius. So, for example, if it is 70 miles an hour, people are driving roughly 80 miles an hour. That is approximately 120 kilometers an hour. No wonder last time I went home, it felt like everywhere was so slow, because they have a max of 100 kilometers unless you're in the outback. So you can't drive on the interstates in Australia more than 65 miles an hour. And what blows my mind the most is you guys are all rule breakers. You ain't even going under 80. I'm just a little Aussie trying to keep up with you all.
Back to the U.S. after living abroad for 8 years and could not find a place to stay. The only place that looked promising without a credit check, a deposit, was a homeless shelter. We literally had to show 50 times the rent, W-2s, paycheck stubs, all of this crazy stuff. And the rent to a lot of these apartments were thousands of dollars. Mind you, we moved abroad, didn't have to have any of that, found places for $400 and $500, 4-bedroom, 2 baths, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathroom homes for less than $1,000, and did not have to show any credit, W-2s, bank statements, or anything. Literally paid 2 months deposit and 1 month's rent, and we were given the keys that day. And more people need to be talking about this.
Guys, we've spoken about natural hair now, okay? Let's now talk about why some British people are putting on a fake accent when they go to America. Now, don't piss me off, fam. Let's talk about it. Come on now. Come on, we're having a whole discourse for natural hair. I hear it. But come on, let's talk about it too. Let's really talk about it. It's pissing me off. I'm annoyed. Is no one feeling it? Flip, man.
Something that I absolutely love about our new lives here in Florida. And yes, I'm wearing my husband's face. By the way, the best Christmas gift I've had for a long time. The evenings out here in Florida are... If some of you are new, my name is Emily. Me and my family moved to Florida over 10 months ago now. We've just bought our first house, we're mid-renovation. But one of the things I'm absolutely obsessed with about life out here in Florida, obviously the weather plays a huge role in why people move here, no matter what anyone says. The fact it's the middle of May, it is now 8:20 at night, and it is beautifully warm, a nice little breeze, and we live right on a retention pond, a bay, whatever. It goes out to the nearest lake, and it is full of nature. We watch our sunset from up here every night. At some point we are going to buy some fancy patio furniture, but for now we are just sat on some cushions. The birds in the background, beautifully peaceful, until the frogs. I'll show you the frogs. Well, I mean, you'll hear the frogs. My question for you is, where would you move if you could move anywhere in the world?
Number one reason why I left the US was because the food got me really sick. I got so tired of feeling sick after every meal. So before I secured legal residency in Europe, I was living 6 months in the US and 6 months abroad. And every time I lived abroad, I was always so happy. But every time I would come back to the US and eat the food there, my body never fully felt okay. And I kept telling myself, like, everyone has gut issues. This is normal, right? And in 2023, I spent 7 or 8 months in the US. And I noticed that my gut issues and my thyroid got worse and worse. That was the moment that I realized I'm not the problem. The US, the environment, the chemicals in the food, that was the problem. So when I started researching legal ways of moving abroad, I got so excited. I found Spain's digital nomad visa. It allowed me to apply while I was in the country. So I booked a one-way ticket to Spain in 2023. It is 2026 now, and my health is in a much better place. My digestion is stable. My labs have improved tremendously, and our daily life is just calmer here. And this is exactly why I built Lux Nomads, to create a structured legal path for people who know that the US is not the only way to live. If you want to learn how I secure legal residency in Europe, make sure you follow Michelle the Lux.
What if everything you've been told about America was completely wrong? Across Britain and Europe, thousands of people who once criticized the United States are now quietly booking flights back. And what they're discovering is leaving them speechless. Before we reveal the surprising reason, hit subscribe right now, because this channel uncovers the stories mainstream conversations often overlook. If you enjoy eye-opening facts and real reactions, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Now here's the twist. Many visitors expected disappointment, but instead found opportunities, kindness, huge open spaces, and a lifestyle they never imagined. Some even admitted they couldn't wait to return. So what's making America impossible for them to forget? The answer is more surprising than you think.
Being a Brit from the UK, we all have a perspective of what we think America is like. We all think they love fast food, they don't eat healthy, and they just sit at home, relax all day, don't work. Listen, that's what we think. But no, it's the complete opposite. Literally, Americans do not like a lot of fast food. They're into their fitness. People love soul food. People love to cook. People love exploring. People love going out. Honestly, being a Brit, we get told different things. We see different stuff. So I'm coming here, experiencing it and understanding people's life. It is so good. Literally, if you're not from the USA, you need to come here. You need to experience what it actually is like. And also, we don't really know that there's 50 states. Well, unless you're like me, I didn't know there was.
I learnt as a Brit in America. If you were in the UK and somebody said, oh, the store is over 45 minutes away, let's not do that. That is way too far. Americans will literally drive over 1 hour just to get a drink from a gas station. You think I'm joking? Oh, you're American and your friend lives an hour and a half away? No problem. They will come over just to spend a couple of hours with you, and they will drive back another hour and a half. Oh, a road is over 300 miles long with nothing in sight as you drive along it? No problem. An American will drive it. They will not complain. They will just drive it. I believe Americans are robots when it comes to driving. Honestly, I think it's an inside job, mate. Americans are built different when it comes to driving. I've never seen or witnessed anything like it in my life. Because there's no humanly possible way that anybody would just be chill about driving 45 minutes just to go to a store. What?
I always get asked why I moved from California to the UK, and I'm going to show you exactly why. Okay, so I went from this to this. I'm going to give you a moment to guess how much this cost. It was $600. It was $600. I stopped dyeing my hair for the longest time because of that. I needed to recover. I needed a full year to recover for $600 for hair, for blonde hair. I then moved to the UK and I found a wonderful hairdresser who I love so much, and he watches these videos. Hi. He took me from this to this. Guess how much that was? 130 pound. 130 pound! Sorry, I'm yelling. I didn't mean to yell. It's just, I went from $600 to 130 pound. That is a huge difference. So when I say the cost of living is cheaper in the UK than it is in California, this is what I mean. I can go on about the healthcare system, but let's do hair first. I watched that back and it sounded like I was dissing your healthcare. I'm not. What I was trying to say is I pay £700 to access your healthcare. Oh my gosh, an MRI in America is way more than that. I think an MRI is like $2,000. So I'll get more into that in another video, but I love—
Sorry, last video about ignorant Europeans. The one other thing I will just say that annoys me is recently I was on a trip in Greece and these Dutch people were like, where are you going after this? And I was like, I'm going back to the US. And they were like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, dead serious though. And I was like, sorry about what? Like, I live in Carmel, Indiana. The #1 place to live in the United States. Not just this year, but it's frequently #1. And if it's not #1, it's top 5. It's like, I would take that any day of the week over Rotterdam, Netherlands, where it's cloudy for 320 days of the year. Like, these people just have no clue. It's so ignorant, and it's really rude.
This is part 2 of why my husband and I are moving back to America from England. My last video, I got absolutely annihilated in the comments by some people, and I get it, okay? You guys love England. I love England, okay? But I'm from America. I like America more. That's just my personal opinion. So these are the reasons why we will be moving back. The #1 reason, and truly the most important, is I just want to be closer to my family. My entire family lives in America and I just want to live near them. If my husband was from the most beautiful country in the world, I could have lived there and still wanted to move back to America because I want to be near my family. The second reason, and English people are going to come for me, but I find England a little bit boring. Nothing against England, but I just think there is a lot more to do in America. If you want the beaches, go to Florida. If you want the mountains, move to Colorado. If you want to live in winter, go to Alaska. Don't get me wrong, England is so beautiful. I just don't think there is much to do there. The next reason is when someone tells you that you can be anything you want in America, they truly mean it. An example of that is when my son was 5 weeks old, we went down to London to the US Embassy to get his US citizenship. And once he got his US citizenship, I swear to God, the lady looked me and my husband in the eye and was like, congrats, you could be president of the United States. My husband looked at me after that and was like, holy shit, people really do mean it when they say you can be whatever you want when you live in America. Oh my God, that is a little too much blush. The last one, and I said this in my part 1, but the money in America is just, it is too hard to pass up. Say what you want, but it is so hard to pass up an opportunity to move to a country where you're making 5 times more than what you're making right now.
I was just about to say, it's just getting close to margarita time.
That's my mom offering to make me a margarita, and I would not get that in England, so that's why I'm moving back for the margaritas.
I will ask this question again. Why did Europeans leave Europe? Why did you guys leave your homeland to come to the Americas? If it was so great over there, why did you leave?
Here are 10 ways that America is different from the rest of the world. 1. Things are supersized. Highways, stores, and even people. 2. Unhealthy diets. From hamburgers and fries to nuggets dipped in sauces, it's absolutely gross. 3. College obsessed. We take pride in our universities and wear the logos across our chest to represent. 4. Football is not soccer. Most Americans could care less about soccer. 5. We have every climate. From deserts and tropical beaches to mountains and forests, we truly have it all. 6. We speak one language. It's English and only English. 7. We are forward thinkers. So many inventions came from the US, like the light bulb, the telephone, and the internet. 8. We always need the latest and greatest. Yes, people buy flashy new phones and cars even if they don't need it. 9. We spend money we don't have on things we don't need. And most of us are in debt. 10. We stand together strong. Our country has seen tough times, but we persevere and move forward. Where are all my Americans at? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
I'm in America. When they say everything in America is big, I understand it. Why the hell is this quesadilla the size of my head? Somebody explain to me why this piece of food is the size of my head. And I've got 3 of them. Nothing here is small. This is a normal water bottle. Sorry, let me change my accent for the Americans that are watching. This is a normal water bottle. Why is it the size of my whole flipping chest, my torso? But let's go back to the quesadilla. This is gonna enter my body. Oh my gosh, this one looks like high cholesterol, high calorific, big back material. No wonder the people here are double the size. There's no, ooh, tastes nice though. There's no such thing as considerate sizes.
Everything just big, ginormous, extra large, 3Xs. From this one meal alone, I'm probably chomping on 6,000 calories. My belly is gonna be protruding like I'm pregnant. Even look outside, even this building here. Why is the building so big? The building is so big, everything is so big. God bless America. Hey, I've just picked up the other one. The other one's even bigger than this. Oh my gosh. The other one's even bigger than the last. My belly's already farting. I'm lactose. Why am I eating this much cheese? This place just it will always amaze me. Nothing in this country is small.
One of the reasons all these videos about Europeans and foreigners coming to America and enjoying our culture so much, one of the reasons it's so great is because you have to remember that the media doesn't just lie about America in America. The media lies about America all over the world, right? So people all over the world are told about how dangerous America is. And then they come to America and they're like, oh my God, it seems incredibly safe here. And they're told about how awful America is. And then they see how amazing like our grocery stores are and our restaurants are and how, our food portions, and they love the taste of the food. And so when all you get is this constant leftist stream of negativity about America, because journalists tend to be Marxist and communist and anti-American and anti-capitalist, right? Journalists around the world hate America. And this is universal inside of America, and it's almost universal outside of America. And so for people to actually come and experience the culture and realize that their media has also been lying to them their whole lives, and sometimes it's hard for Americans to realize that our media has also been lying to us our entire lives. I know I had this realization when I was in college. So this is a very difficult thing for us to realize, and we live here. And so for foreigners to come and get to experience how amazing American culture is compared to the lies they've been told, and also compared to their own home cultures, is really encouraging, and I'm loving every minute of it.